Hello, my little Wonderbugs. Today we're going to do the general reading for the month of January 2020. So stay tuned. So, I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do a pick a card, and it's basically just pick out a stack of cards, and depending on which stack, it's basically your fortune for that time period or question. So, before we start though, I want to say that if you guys are interested in any of these cards that I am using for the pick a cards, please go below. There should be a section that has all the links to purchase any of these cards if you're interested in. Other than that, let's get on with the show. So let's see. We've got the first stack, we've got rose quartz. Second stack, we've got jade. And then the second stack, we've got cornelian. So if you want, I would suggest to pause the video now and look at the cards and see which stack really takes your fancy. So pile one is rose quartz, and rose quartz is all about love and self-love more than anything else. And pure love, not lustful love, which there's nothing wrong with lustful love as well. Just saying. So let's see what cards you have. So starting with your rune, which is a very interesting rune here, you have year. Now, year is letting me know that this month, or the beginning of this month, is going to be a combination of finishing up some projects for you. Some things that you've been wanting to achieve that maybe you weren't able to do last year. But at the beginning of the year, it's like, here's the fruits of your labor. So it's kind of like a not a do-over, not a new start, but sort of like seeing the fruits of it, of whatever it is that you were doing. Basically getting, like it's that pat on the back as well from something that you've done. Now the next card is the Goddess of Unconsciousness. So this particular card, or this particular deck, the Divine Wild Woman deck, it doesn't have like an actual meaning every card. It's really up to you. You're supposed to read it psychically or intuitively, and for some reason or another, I feel as though this project or whatever it is that you're seeing the fruits of your labor have been very imprisoned. Like you were very imprisoned by it. You were very like, it has to be like this. It has to come out this way. I have to be rewarded this way. Kind of like, it was very controlled, I feel almost. Because I feel like she's very stiff and hard in this picture. And I'm feeling like a sense of being bound by certain rules and regulations. Okay, so your next card from the Earth Magic deck. So what I'm getting here is you have Gaia, which is nurturing. So it might be that you need to be a little bit more nurturing and not be as rigid and controlling, or feel like that's how you're supposed to. It almost like the way that I'm feeling, what I'm sensing here is more along the lines of you're used to that rigid sort of controlled environment. And now because it's like this new cycle, this new you, quote unquote, you're sort of, you're kind of like out of it. You don't know how to approach the situation. You're sort of like, wait, what? How do I get there? Like, what? This is not what I'm accustomed to. When really what you need to do is just nurture yourself and nurture your situation, so then that can blossom and become more. Now your tarot from the Fountain Tarot is the Four of Swords. So it's saying like, you can relax. You can just, take a break. You don't have to be so rigid, so controlled, or feel that way. You can just take it easy. And then from the Everyday Witch Tarot, you've got the Three of Wands. So I feel like I feel like you're sort of like, it's very much like an anticipation. You're sort of like, come on, hurry up, let's do this. Like, I'm ready. Why aren't you ready? Kind of a thing. I already got here. I already did all this work. Like, where now? And it's like you're in that sort of waiting stage. You're in that waiting stage. Because this is about being ready and ready to go for it. But you're sort of like waiting for somebody else or waiting for the next chapter or the next part to it. And here, you're doing more waiting. You're like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Like, you're like rethinking things. And then from your, from your Good Witch, Bad Witch Oracle deck, you've got Tormented Witch. And this is not a good card necessarily, or it's not a bad card. None of the cards really in the Good Witch, Bad Witch Oracle deck, I think, are bad. But I feel like what it's saying is, what it's really saying is, if you don't stop worrying or trying to control the situation of what you want to achieve this month, you're going to lose it. It's because the Tormented Witch is similar to like the Nine of Swords. It has that sort of still like kind of sense of begging or going like, please, this has to happen. And you're sort of like doing that. You're sort of like, I feel like you're almost being impatient when really you have to sit back and nurture. Remember? Kaya, nurturing. It's all about nurturing yourself and nurturing your environment. If you want this to work, you have to be nurturing. You have to stop trying to control the situation and trying to make things happen the way that you want, because it won't happen if you don't let it just be. Okay? And not try to speed things up or anything of that nature. Just take it easy. Relax. That's the main message that I'm getting here, is that you have to do a lot of self-love. Remember, you got the one that you picked was the rose quartz. So that's letting me know that it's like you need a little bit more self-love. Maybe you need to take care of yourself and not worry so much about other things and whatnot. Hello, nurturing. You gotta nurture yourself. That card is what's really like speaking to me the most, because everything else feels very like trying to move forward or trying to control something, trying to achieve something. And Gaia is basically saying, relax, take care of yourself, don't worry about the rest. So that's the reading that I have for you this month. So pile 2, we've got Jade, which Jade is about loyalty, love, and luck. Okay, so it's good for relationships, to bring out the best in relationships and to make them flourish and grow. So your first card is your rune, which is Righto. So Righto is about moving forward. It's basically the Chariot, for lack of a better term. It's very much the Chariot. It's very much about moving forward and achieving certain goals. But it's definitely about moving. Physical moving, mental moving, just moving. Just, it's not about sitting back and relaxing, taking it easy. It's more like, come on, let's go. Let's hurry up. We're moving here. Your next card from the Divine Wild Woman is Earth. So I feel like you are moving, but you're moving to someplace physical. So you might actually be moving this month, or moving mentally and emotionally, but that will bring a physical result. So that's actually really good for anybody who picked pile 2. And then your oracle from the Earth Magic Oracle, we've got Tree and Grounding. So it might be that you're moving, but where you're moving to this month is really going to ground you. It's really going to be like, okay, we're not moving in a very whatsoever, oh, whatever, kind of like, we're going here, we're going there, we're going everywhere. It's more like, you have a destination and you have plans. This is not like, whatever, let's just do whatever. It's more like, no, we're planning this. This has been in motion for a while. And then we've got, for the Fountain Tarot, we've got the Fool, which is good. It's about movement. It's about, following your dreams. So definitely there's going to be some movement, some following your dreams, but it's going to be practical dreams. It's not going to be like crazy dreams. And the reason I say that is because we've got the King of Pentacles as well. So that's saying more grounded. This isn't something crazy that you're doing This is you moving and moving further and farther than you've done before, but it's not crazy movement. And then for the Good Witch, Bad Witch Oracle deck, you've got the Brown Witch, which is all about growth, and it's like the king of pentacles. She's all about the earth and just grounding and really setting roots, fulfilled in personal growth. So here we've got some really good stuff for you. More than anything, I feel like you're moving, but moving financially and practically. Or not practically, practical. So it's not going to be about moving and not having a destination. You have a destination. You have a plan. It's going to work out. Everything looks freaking fantastic. You might even start a business because this is a lot of growth. So it might be a business. Jade is actually really good for money as well because it's all luck. So it's basically saying you've got a lot of luck with you and a lot of prosperity coming your way. For some of you, it could also mean marriage, but I'm not seeing like a couple card or a romantic card here. So I would say that it's more like business, but grounded. Or you might even be moving into a house, into a new home. But like I said, it's all planned. Nothing on here, there's no surprise. Everything goes to plan from what I'm seeing here. Pile 2, you've got your ducks in a row for sure this month. All right, pile 3. Now, pile 3, you have Cornelian. And Cornelian is about manifesting, bringing things to fruition, feeling that control or that gut reaction and going like, this is what I want to manifest. So it's also about manifesting. So that's a good stone to have. Ooh, interesting. So we've got, for your runes, we've got Birch, which is all about moms and growing as a feminine power, as a woman. It doesn't have to be female, though. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to. But it could mean starting a business venture or something stable that can grow to something bigger and better. It's kind of like the Empress card in tarot. And it has that same sort of like grounding, but growth. You know, like it's grounded, but it moves. It gets bigger and better. Especially if you nurture it. If you nurture it, it just keeps going and going and going. And then we've got your Divine Wild Woman card. And we've got the Goddess of Compassion. Or the Web of the Web Mistress? I don't know. So I'm getting very much like this month you are creating, no, I wouldn't say creating your reality, but you're in control. You are the boss of your destiny this month. Very much so. I don't feel like there's any sense of like you're beating the drum, like you're beating your own drum. You know what I mean? Like you don't need anybody else. I feel like if you're going on a journey that maybe other people can't follow you, is what I'm trying to say. I'm all tongue twisted today. That's another thing. For some reason, this reading is really, all of these readings, the first pile and the second pile, have all been tongue twisters for me. Now, the Earth Magic card that you have is Riva and movement. So what I'm seeing here is that it's all about growth and movement, but it's steady movement. It's not going completely apeshit crazy, but I feel like this month you are very much in your divine feminine power and moving forward with what you want to move forward with. I don't feel like if you're being controlled or manipulative, it's like it's almost like saying like, no, this is me. If you don't like it, tough luck. And for your tarot card, which is the Fountain Tarot, you have the 8 of Swords. So you might feel a little bit controlled or a little bit stuck in your own, not fantasy, but ideals or idealism of what you want to achieve. So this might be like something that you need to really work on. I don't feel like if it's going to be a big deal though, or like really over the top. But it could mean that you're going to start being stressed out over this. You're going to be in control. You're going to start, like your business is going to start growing. Your relationship is going to get better. You're going to get better. And I feel like things are starting to look up and move forward. But while that's happening, you're going to start going like, wait, is this really what I want? Or you're going to feel like pressure to, I guess, not commit, but to make the situation better. If that makes any sense. Like you're putting pressure on yourself, not from other people, but yourself. Or thinking that you have to be this awesome person to grow faster or to get to that level of excellence. And then the next card that you have is the Six of Wands, which is all about recognition, people saying, hey, good pat on the back and whatnot. And I'm feeling like that might be what you need for some of you. And then for others, I feel like that's what you're worried about. You're worried about maybe getting this recognition that you're getting because you become like this sort of powerhouse this month, or you're just sort of really in that moment of just like excellence and you're not feeling, you're feeling like everybody, like you're working for everybody else and not for yourself. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so the Good Witch, Bad Witch Oracle deck, you've got the Ditch Witch. And the Ditch Witch is basically the fear of being ditched, the fear of people leaving you and or being left behind. So yeah, you might be getting this recognition, but between this and this, it's letting me know that you might feel as though you have to be this perfect person, or you have to be this, like this person that has grown and become better and like now has all this possibility to become better and bigger and better. And it's starting to, at just as good as it is, it's also kind of bad mentally for you. Even though you're getting that pat on the back that you really need from everybody else, it's not penetrating to you. It's not as penetrating as you would think. You know what I mean? Well, I hope you do. So that's definitely something that you would have to take care of or look out for. All right, guys, thank you for joining me here on my channel for this pick a card reading. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions, please leave them down in the comment section. Other than that, please like, share, subscribe, and much love and blessings.